Next, jump in with us for Discover Oklahoma's animal episode. Dog dock diving. Breakfast with the elephants. Bison up close and personal. Tiny tiger twins. And alpaca everything. Plus Coney Dog Days and Tony Dog Bling. Come with us to Discover Oklahoma.
Hi, and welcome to Oklahoma Thunder Dock Diving. I'm Dino Lalli.
And I'm Lauren Nelson. We're learning more today about the thrilling canine sport of dock diving here at this training facility in Purcell. It's something you and your dog may want to try, and they have everything you need to get started. We'll find out how it works.
We are teaming up with Oklahoma Today magazine to celebrate the animal kingdom.
The September-October issue of Oklahoma Today is stuffed with great creature features.
And today's television episode is chock full of fauna as well.
I'm going to start us off on a colossal animal encounter near the community of Hugo, a bed and breakfast where your morning repast is delivered by Pachyderm. My kids and I visited this one-of-a-kind destination for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Look, Dawson, out your window. Look out your window. Tatum, do you see them?
I love elephants.
We do have cabins that are located on our elephant reserve, and it's quite an experience. It's definitely something you can't do anywhere else. It's actually very nice lodging, but really you're coming for the elephants to enjoy that experience.
We stayed in Miller's Mansion. My kids' favorite part of the place? The bunk beds, of course. After settling in, it was time to explore the preserve and meet some of the elephants. We loved being able to just walk down the road and be face to face with Margaret. There are no TVs or Wi-Fi, and I love that. It creates the perfect atmosphere for fun family connection. We slept comfortably, and my kiddos woke up to a big surprise. Do you know who's bringing our breakfast?
Elephants.
An elephant is bringing our breakfast. Guess what else we're gonna get to do?
What?
You know all those bananas Mommy cut?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are gonna get to feed the elephant. What do you think? Elephant?
Feed the elephant right now.
Del Rita arrived with our breakfast, and we thanked her by feeding her a favorite treat.
Del Rita is one of our popular elephants here. She's kind of can do it all from holding baskets. She's a musician. She does artwork and everything else. She's definitely one of our well-known elephants.
There are so many more amazing attractions available at Oklahoma Awesome Adventures for an additional cost. You can learn all about these majestic giants and in the process, help them too.
Our tours and all of our events and donations, all that come in here are to then take care of them and to ensure that for the rest of their lives, we're going to keep them together and they're going to be able to be taken care of.
For Gail and Keith Kelly, Oklahoma Awesome Adventures is a way to show their grandkids more of all that our state has to offer.
It was amazing. It was so fun to learn about the elephants, the difference between the African elephants and the Asian elephants, to see that little finger that's on the end of their trunk and to watch them eat, to get to see inside their mouth and to see their teeth and their tongue, and just to be able to spend the night here with the elephants around. We heard them trumpeting last night, didn't we, when we were taking a little walk?
Yes.
With the tour, we went in and they introduced us to a mother elephant that was 42 with her 2-year-old baby. And then we got introduced to Del Rita and we watched her get a pedicure. And she did some painting and she played her harmonica. And we got to take home a footprint painting that Del Rita did for us. And then we came down and got to feed Lily lots of celery and carrots.
A little bummed out because I couldn't ride the elephants. And then after, I was like, can I get some more carrots? I want to feed the elephants again. It was really fun.
For the handlers and those that work with the elephants, this is much more than a job.
And this is a life calling for them, and they treat them like family, and they're very well kept and very well handled, and people who work here love the elephants.
The majority of my career, there's been a negative connotation involved with people and elephants, you know what I mean? So for people to come in here and see that we care for them and take care of them very well is really important.
I think everyone that does work here, it is a labor of love.
My kids are already begging to go back to visit their new friends, especially Del Rita and baby Cameron.
I like feeding the other elephant, feeding bananas.
The name says it all. This place really is awesome. Awesome Adventures offers other elephant experiences as well, so check them out on travelok.com/elephants. You know, Dino, the best thing about an elephant bringing you breakfast is that you know it won't forget.
I'm sure, absolutely. That looked like an incredible experience, and actually I'm a little bit jealous. But I did have my own encounter with the largest mammal native to the Sooner State. So let's head north now to the town of Pawhuska and the Old West Buffalo Company.
I found out that Oklahoma was the second most friendly business state in the country.
And so began Neil and Teresa Fisher's journey to the Sooner State with a business they started in Colorado.
We've raised buffalo since 1999, and there were things that we had no idea about, and things in their story that most people don't know, even if they own bison. And so he did all of that, and then we were like, okay, we have to make a film.
The 12-minute film they made gives a brief but dramatic history of the bison.
The reason we did the film is that you wouldn't believe this actually happened even if someone told you.
This is a powerful film that tells this amazing story, but it sets the stage for today.
And so we're going to go look for bison that will probably be more buffalo than were in one place in the country in 1899. It's just a visual image.
Then the ride begins in search of the herd, and today it didn't take long to find them. They are magnificent creatures, all shapes and sizes, and as they approach, they bring their appetites with them.
You can hand feed them. We joke about people getting slimed, and then we come back and wash our hands. It's been very interesting doing this with guests and hearing their comments. Like one said, I didn't know that they all looked a little bit different, and I had no idea they were so cute, because you can't get up close to them safely, really anywhere else.
The star of the show is their big bull, Woody.
He doesn't miss any photo op, and he rolls his big tongue out, and you can throw a treat on it, and you roll it back out. And it's surprising. People have no idea how long their tongues are, and you put a treat on there, and they'll roll it right back in. So just to see kids giggle is one thing, but to see full-grown men giggle and shriek, that's another experience.
Now, once back, you can head upstairs.
The first little section we call the Hall of Shame, and then beyond that is the Hall of Fame.
It's then you can learn even more about the people who diminished the number of bison across the country, but you also learn about the folks who helped and saved the bison from extinction, like Theodore Roosevelt. A gift shop has some very cool items, including some of the books Teresa has written, and outside the impressive facade provides several entertaining photo opportunities. Now don't forget, you can also rent this space for any type of special event. Regardless, the Old West Buffalo Company experience will make you want to come back.
Getting to see the buffalo and interact with the buffalo is a super cool, unique experience, which is probably the big draw for a lot of people, but I really enjoyed a lot of the educational aspects.
It's probably one of the funnest things I've done in quite some time. This is my second time doing it, and I will be back many more times.
It's something that you can bring kids to, the whole family will enjoy it. I think it's a really well-rounded way to spend your time if you're here for a day trip.
Plan your trip to Pawhuska's Old West Buffalo Company at travelok.com/Old West Buffalo.
And be sure to give yourself some extra time to look around downtown Pawhuska. There are loads of shopping and dining experiences to be had there. Just search Pawhuska at travelok.com for a preview. We've seen the dogs do the big air dock diving, and now they're setting up for the vertical jump. We'll show you that next.
Also coming up, now we started with elephants. We're going to decrease the animal size, but we're going to increase the cuddly quotient.
We're talking alpacas. You may be surprised at all the things you can do in the company of these charismatic camelids. From camping to yoga, that's coming up.
We'll also experience some aquatic animal meetups and take you to a place where you can design a one-of-a-kind collar for your doggo.
We'll learn more about this dock diving sport. Then we'll chase down some of our favorite dogs, Coneys that is. So sit and stay, that's coming up.
What's inside our free Oklahoma travel guide? Artistry for all 5 senses, magic around every bend, and powerful waves of inspiration. Order or download yours at travelok.com.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. Our show today is all about the animals. We're at Oklahoma Thunder Dock Diving in Purcell.
And right now we're getting ready to watch a 2-year-old whippet named Amp jump for 5 feet 10 inches.
He got it! That was so awesome.
It was. Let's learn more about this dock diving phenomenon.
We got a couple of younger dogs, Thunder and Max, and we decided that we wanted to try the sport, and Thunder took to it immediately, and then from there we were hooked, and it was just kind of our weekend hobby, and we'd go down to Texas because nobody in Oklahoma was doing this sport in 2014, and then about a year later we decided to build this facility and try to grow the sport in Oklahoma. And since then, it's caught on. And
dogs can jump for distance or height or race to a target, but it's all fun.
Everyone supports everyone else, and it's just a camaraderie that you really don't find in a lot of dog sports.
But there's good competition.
Yes.
We definitely get each other all the time.
I'm really excited because we're going to get to try it in a bit.
Well, I am excited because back in the day, I used to have a pretty good vertical jump myself, you know.
Dino, we're not going to jump in the water. We're going to throw the toy.
Oh, well, good, because I haven't had a chance to stretch out or anything. I don't want to pull a hammy.
I think you're going to be just fine.
Okay.
But it's not stretching the truth too much to say that you can do almost anything with alpacas. From wine tasting to painting to yoga, Jennifer Reynolds tells us that the combination of fuzzy and friendly is almost irresistible.
With their early Beatles haircuts and those Audrey Hepburn eyes, alpacas clearly have a certain star power and are showing up just about everywhere. You can camp with alpacas at the Lazy H Alpaca Ranch in Tuttle. It's tent camping, a little on the rustic side, but your camelid companions will add the charm. Alpaca yoga, anybody? Not sure what asanas they do, but combined with the fresh air, green grass, and down-to-earth hospitality of a place like Magnolia Blossom Branch in Newcastle, it'll give you an immediate feeling of nirvana. What about an alpaca wedding? Just say I do, and Magnolia Blossom Ranch will deliver a perfectly turned-out pair of pacas. They can also add a touch of wonder to your engagement photos. And if you want more than a kiss from an alpaca, create your own keepsake of an evening with these lovely creatures at the ranch's Painting with Pacas, featuring Wine and Palette OKC. And watch for their farm days when you can hang out with the herd for all kinds of alpaca activities. There are lots of other great alpaca farms across the state offering a variety of different experiences. And if you want to give it a whirl, I'll pack a bag and join you. Sorry, couldn't resist. I'm Jennifer Reynolds for Discover Oklahoma.
One of the easiest ways to locate a herd of alpacas near you is through travelok.com/alpacas.
Aquatic animals lack the fuzz, but they can still make a splash, especially when it comes to you getting up close and personal. Our Julie Chen and videographer Bryan Boone takes us to the Oklahoma Aquarium in Jenks to experience their animal encounters.
I like a fish.
Ty Bowler is a little guy with a big love for marine life.
He's a fisherman and loves fish and aquariums and anything associated with sea life.
And while Ty's explored the Oklahoma Aquarium many times, he's about to go where few have gone before.
You guys excited?
Ty's family is taking part in the Shark Encounter and Feed Experience, a new paid adventure now available at the Oklahoma Aquarium. The aquarium has sea turtle and river otter experiences too.
These encounters were kind of created as a way for our guests to have a fun experience that's private and safe in the time of COVID, and also to teach our guests more about our animals in a way that's going to create a lasting memory.
Our tour begins inside the Shark Quarantine Building. This is where large animals live before they go on exhibit or if they come off. Inside the first tank, we discover a zebra shark and loggerhead sea turtle. The turtle's brother is currently on exhibit.
We're really lucky to have them because they're endangered, and it's not very common that you see sea turtles in an aquarium.
After a little turtle time, we head across the room to feed a zebra shark.
Zebra sharks are really docile creatures,
but they're still sharks. To ensure our safety, an aquarium biologist fills us in on the do's and don'ts, then guides us through this hands-on experience.
Grab this with your tongs, squish down, and put that in the water, right next to her mouth. Good job!
Next up, the bull sharks, said to be the most dangerous sharks known to man.
We have the world's largest collection of bull sharks here at the Oklahoma Aquarium. Now, most people only ever get to see the 10 adults that we have on exhibit, but back here we have 6 juveniles, so that gives us a total of 16, giving us the largest collection in the world.
Here we watch as the experts feed the hungry baby bull sharks.
Do you guys eat your dinners that fast?
You can take it all in from this underwater window or stand in the splash zone where you could get a little wet.
It's really cool and interactive, and you get to see them even closer than you do inside the aquarium.
This fun and educational adventure lasts around 30 minutes. It gives you new perspective on what happens both behind the scenes and under the sea. And what did our little fish-loving friend Ty think? Well, he's hooked.
I'm so happy to do this.
For a complete list of the tours, times, and pricing, check out the aquarium's website, okayaquarium.org. In Jenks, I'm Julie Chin, Discovering Oklahoma.
It's easy to find your way to the Oklahoma Aquarium in Jenks. Just go to travelok.com/okayaquarium.
And our animal show wouldn't be complete without a glance at 2 tiny new additions to the Oklahoma City Zoo, 2 Sumatran tiger cubs. They were born in early July. There are only 500 Sumatran tigers still in the wild. We'll let you know when the twins are ready for the public.
When we come back, we're going to try our hands at throwing the bumper toys to see if we can get the dogs to jump.
And then we'll get you set up for creating your favorite pooch, some high-fashion neckwear.
Then we'll treat you to some top hot dogs from around the state, including a CONEY stand that's been ladling on the same chili recipe since Harry Truman was president. We'll be right back. In Oklahoma, the #1 cause of accidental death of children under 5 is drowning. So if you are in or around water this summer, be sure to have the kids in life jackets.
And if you're at a state park and don't have life jackets for your kids, you can borrow one. Let's all work together to keep our kids safe this summer.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma and our critter-themed show. We are coming to you from Oklahoma Thunder Dock Diving in Purcell.
All right, Dino, it's time. It's our turn. I'm going to toss this bumper toy. Let's see if Thunder will go for it. Ready, go. Ooh, I threw it out of the pool.
All right, I think Thunder has regained his composure, so do you want me to give this a shot?
I think you should. Keep it in the pool this time.
I'm going to try. All right, Thunder, are you ready? There you go.
So what does the well-turned-out canine wear these days? Just ask the ladies at Golden Mutt Jack in Oklahoma City. Their handcrafted collars are hot ticket items. DeAnne Stein and videographer Chris Cook discovered you can buy one of their creations or design your very own one-of-a-kind collar.
Crystal and her partner Laurie Anderson design handcrafted wearables for your whole pack.
We hand make everything in here: collars, leashes, bandanas, any kind of leather product, key fobs.
Using beautiful fabrics and painted high-quality leather.
I started painting on leather a couple years ago, and then after I see how they wear, they look so pretty, the patina in them, and the paint stays on really well.
She walked me through the process of making a leather collar.
But so when we're making them, I usually come here and I cut the size that I need.
Once the paint dries, she can cut up to 50 collars from one hide.
Did you just kind of teach yourself how to do this?
Yeah. Yes, YouTube. Lots of YouTube videos.
After a series of hole punches,
we just line the holes up.
She stamps the collar with her logo and then attaches the buckles and hardware.
And then we tighten these and it's done.
Pretty that is. But it's really rewarding when you get
I
done
know.
with
Yeah.
one and see it all,
Yeah.
your idea come to fruition.
Yeah. And they're all different, none of them are the same.
Which
I
makes
like
it,
too.
one of a kind.
Yeah.
When you come to Golden Mutt Jack, you can also design your own.
There's no upcharge for that, so people do love to do that. Kids love doing that.
A lot of stuff is big and corporately owned, and so I think that the small business is getting harder to find. Especially you come here and pick something out, and then Crystal and Laurie hand make it for you after you pick out what you want. And I think that's almost impossible to find anymore.
You can paint your own collar for your dog all by yourself or bring a group.
So everybody gets a leash and a collar, and they kind of get to do whatever designs they want on it. So it's like a good bonding activity for us, and just a good way for us to get and see some of our clients and our staff together. I tried to do like a mountain landscape with some trees and tried to splatter paint some stars on there. I don't know how well it worked, but I gave it my best shot.
Along with parties, they also donate the space to rescues for adoptions and fundraisers, or you can rent it out for birthday parties, for humans, or your furry best friend. Crystal's idea has really taken off, and her collars are now sold at stores in 20 cities and 13 states. A business that helps fund Milo's Barn, a sanctuary for abused and neglected farm animals that Crystal and Laurie run together.
So we have llamas and goats and many horses, donkeys, chickens, turkeys.
Laurie has even written children's books about some of the animals on the farm.
And they're all true stories, and mostly they're about kindness and compassion.
It's just been really neat to watch them grow and see the kind of community that they've brought down here, where you can bring your dogs and you can design your own things. And that's what I like about it.
And why the customers and mutts remain loyal supporters. At Golden Mutt Jack in Oklahoma City, I'm Deanne Stein for Discover Oklahoma.
Whether you want to buy your pup a collar or create your own, you can find Golden Mutt Jack in Oklahoma City or online at travelok.com/goldenmutt.
Discover Oklahoma has been on the air over 30 years, yet somehow we managed to miss a Muskogee classic that's been in business continuously for up to 70 years.
We found it while we were scouring the state for Coney dogs to include in this animal-themed episode of Discover Oklahoma. Up next, we'll taste the chili recipe that's been blanketing these Coneys since 1948, and we'll chase down some other great dogs around our state. So stay right here.
The free Oklahoma Outdoor Guide is your North Star, lighting your way to jaw-dropping beauty and heart-pumping adventure. Order or download yours today at travelok.com.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma.
We are at Oklahoma Thunder Dock Diving in Purcell.
Okay, I've been told that Thunder, the lab, will dive into that water for just about anything. So I thought, why not a pizza?
You're going to give Thunder my pizza?
Well, I think he's been working pretty hard. I think he deserves it.
All right, let Thunder have the pizza.
Okay, finally. Here we go.
He wants that pizza.
He wants the pizza.
All right, Thunder jumped for the pizza. I would jump at the opportunity to chow down on a dog right now, a Coney dog.
Especially one covered in chili and cheese. Now, we've rounded up a pack of places where you can find a great Coney to celebrate the dog days of summer. We'll start in Chickasha at J&W Grill, where the chili Coney is topped with not just cheese, but with a homemade slaw for a unique Coney experience. Now let's head east to Sand Springs, where Dean's Coney Island has been a fixture since 1974. Customers say the chili here, described as a mild Western blend, is what makes these Coney dogs. And then we'll head even farther back in time to 1964, when this Ponca City classic opened to customers. It's named for a dog of a different breed, not a Coney, but a corn dog with a sweet southern cornbread coating that gives the Dixie Dog Drive-In its name and its corn dog a unique taste. You can find all of those great Coney places by going to travelok.com/packofdogs.
Now, there's only one place that we know of that's been ladling the same chili recipe on their Coney dog since 1948. Jason Grubbs and videographer Chris Cook take us to the place where you'll find the hottest buns in town, a saying that's been around CHET'S since day one.
Here you go. You have a good day.
It's always a good day when you get to swing through CHET'S Dairy Freeze in Muskogee. This Oklahoma institution has been around since the late 40s, and there's a reason they've been in business for so long.
The best. You can't thank hot dogs and not thank CHET'S.
Paul Ayers has been eating here since he was a kid. 2 ingredients keep him coming back.
Oh, it's definitely the chili and the atmosphere.
Tell me about the atmosphere.
Oh, the atmosphere, you come in here, it's kind of old school. You get to come in, sit down, kick back, and relax.
Been serving the same thing this whole time. Simple hot dogs with a homemade family chili recipe.
Cole Teehee's family is the 3rd owner. They purchased it in 2003 and built this 2nd location on the east side of town. But it all started on the west side in 1948. with founder Chester Ladd.
E.G. Gilmore bought it from him in 1964, and he is the one that most of these people here in town know as Chet himself, even though it wasn't actually him.
Cole isn't actually Chet either, but that still doesn't matter to customers.
Have you morphed into Chet? Are you now Chet?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes, you could say that.
Voted Muskogee's best hot dogs. They are so good, one fella had more than 2 dozen in one sitting.
That is our current record. A guy named Purcell has had it for the last 14, I think, years.
In 2022, the champ beat his own record of 24 by 1. Think you can do better?
If you can come in here and eat 26 in an hour and they have to have chili on them, they are 100% on us. We'll give you a t-shirt and you'll probably be in the paper. So, come give it a shot.
2 dozen plus is a lot, but for sure, 1 isn't enough.
No, 1's never enough, and 10's too many.
People get made fun of if they come here and order 1. You'll get customers in here, they're like, oh, you can't just do that. And they'll talk somebody else into ordering a second one. I don't even have to do it.
Order a hot dog or chili Frito pie. For those counting carbs, get a healthy dog in a cup. It comes with everything but the bun. Old school cherry limeades are made by hand.
And then we have shakes, floats, freezes, which is a blended float with pop in it.
There's also soft serve ice cream.
And that's pretty much the whole menu.
Simple and savory. You can't go wrong.
Thank you.
At Chet's Dairy Freeze in Muskogee, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
You can find Chet's Dairy Freeze at 2 locations in Muskogee. Look them up at travelok.com/Chet's. And while you're on Travelok, be sure to order your copy of the brand new Discover Oklahoma Dining Guide. Click on Get Free Brochures and they'll mail one right to your door.
Thanks so much to all of the great folks here at Oklahoma Thunder Dock Diving for giving us such a fun backdrop for our animal episode this week.
And don't forget, Oklahoma Today magazine's animal issue will be hitting the mail and newsstands this week. You can subscribe online at travelok.com/OKT.
Thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, remember,
There's always something warm and fuzzy to discover in Oklahoma.